What's going on, everyone? It's Justin here, and today I've got the best tech of the month under $50 and under $25. So for those who missed the other episodes, each month I kind of bring together a guide of tech products within a certain price range. Some episodes have products that are under $10 and under $20, whereas others might go into the $100 and $200 range. And this month, I feel like we're in a really good price point where there's a good sweet spot of products that are the budget side of items that typically cost a lot more money, as well as ones that are just like a very good value overall. As always, I'm giving away a few of the items from this video, so just go ahead and drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below with what your favorite item is, as well as your Instagram username, and I'll be picking a winner in 3 weeks. All the products are also going to be linked down below, and a huge thanks to Amazon Smart Home for sponsoring this video. So this right here is a Havit mechanical wired keyboard, and at the time of making this video, it is actually on sale for $40, which for what it's able to offer in terms of design, functionality, and the mechanical aspects of it, I would say is an absolute steal. The first thing that I really like about it is its form factor. It's an 85% size, and it has all of the keys that are on a typical full-size keyboard with number pad, because you can see on this side here, you have all those keys, and I personally don't really like full-size keyboard just because I don't feel like the size trade-off is worth the number of times that I actually use a number pad, but I feel like in this case you have a really nice sweet spot with the 89 key setup. It features Havit's red switches, and from a mechanical perspective, I know there are people who are a lot more experienced with keyboards than I am, but I feel like the red switches are a really good medium of good responsiveness and sound feedback, but there are options that you can customize, and it also has Havit's PBT key cups that I feel like are very high quality, and these keys are rated for 50 million clicks. Just in terms of the color, these are definitely not for everyone. I think in certain setups, it can look very good with like a saddle brown desk mat, but for my desk setup, obviously this doesn't pair that well, but Havit has like a very broad selection of mechanical keyboards as well as gaming and RGB keyboards, because we actually featured one in a desk setup makeover episode back in the day, and I really want to bring that series back. Some of their notable features is the kickstand that is on the bottom that puts it at a really nice angle, and the actual wire is also braided, so generally, the high quality elements of a budget keyboard are all found in this option. So this next accessory right here is a PS5 gamepad, and something that I really hate doing is having to type out my entire username and password whenever I'm trying to make a purchase on like the PlayStation Store or log into my account. Having a keyboard is really nice, especially if you play games that could utilize this, but also if you do a ton of chat. It is just a QWERTY keyboard that snaps onto the PS5 controller, and they've molded it very nicely. There's also other features such as like a speaker that is built in. You're able to charge it directly via USB Type-C on the bottom here, which makes a lot of sense because it's the same one that the PS5 DualShock uses, and it also has the Bluetooth connectivity and all that. So it's just one that's a nice utility, and I think it's a must-have accessory to have around, especially whenever you have to like log in or type something instead of having to use like the joystick and all that, which just takes a lot longer. So if you guys have been following the Cool Tech series, you might notice that we make a lot of coffee. There's been a few different weird machines that we've tested out, some that work better than others, but I've had to pick out a few coffee grinders because each one of those requires you to kind of set it all up, and that's probably the reason why I don't use them every single day. This right here is a Bodum coffee grinder, and it comes in at a price of $27, and I think it is very stylish. It has a few different color options. This is just like a very simple cream and red, but in terms of functionality, it is very straightforward and what you'd find in most like kitchen, tabletop, budget coffee grinders, but this one just looks a lot better. It provides up to 150 watts of power, and you just go ahead and put your grounds there, press the button, and the thing about these budget ones is that you do have to kind of gauge how much time you want to have it grind for in order to get the consistency that you're looking for depending on your coffee method. I think what I like most about it is that it is very stylish, and with the fun color options and at the price point that it is offered, it is just a simple product that you don't feel like you always have to put away in the cabinet. So whenever somebody comes up to me and asks for the best Bluetooth speaker under $100, this has been my go-to recommendation for the most part. This is the Anker by SoundCore 2nd generation, and SoundCore is a product line that we have featured on the channel quite a bit, whether it is their truly wireless earbuds, their speakers, but the Anker and SoundCore products as a whole have become very reliable and high performance over the years while still coming in at great price points. The form factor is pretty much the same as you would expect out of all the previous generations, even when it was branded branded as Anker. It gives you 12 watts of power as well as a dual neodymium driver setup, and the digital signal processor gives you enhanced pass and zero distortion, and I definitely agree with that. When you have this thing up at like 75, 80, or even 90% volume, it is still crystal clear, and I've just always been impressed with the sound quality that is able to deliver at its price point, but also in its form factor. On top of that, the battery life is up to 24 hours, which for its size is very impressive. And on the top, you have all of your different buttons, including the SoundCore, the Bluetooth, the volume up and down, and also the power on off. And you do also have some control via the SoundCore apps. So there's a bit of like an ecosystem that they have set up that enhance the functionality of all the products that you purchase from SoundCore. If durability is important to you, it has like a nice soft touch finish that is cushioned around the main speaker membrane, but it also has an IPX7 water resistant rating. So the next two products are from the Amazon Smart Home lineup, and it's a combination of items that really elevate your smart home experience at a very good price point. And a huge thanks to Amazon Smart Home for sponsoring this video. For example, the Amazon Echo Dot 4th generation comes in at a price of under $50, whereas the Senglid bulbs in a set of 4 come in at a price of $30, whereas the Amazon Smart Plug comes in at a price of $25. The Amazon Smart Plug is something that you can plug into any outlet in your house, and it instantly turns it into a smart plug. You can tell it to turn on or off. Whether it's like a light switch, a lamp, an appliance that you don't want to keep on all day, anything that you want to go ahead and plug in and control hands-free, the options are essentially limitless. In addition to that though, a great bulb that you can put in your lamp or desk light is the Senglid RGB bulbs. These are all smart bulbs, and for a pack of 4, $30 is a great deal. They not only have 16 million colors that you can fully customize specific to different moods and scenes, but at the same time, it also gives you 800 lumens of brightness, which is actually on the higher end of a lot of the smart bulbs that I've tested out in the past. All these products are brought together by Amazon Alexa and the Echo Dot 4th generation, which is what you're able to use as not only a speaker, but also essential for your smart home system. You can connect all devices such as the smart plugs and as well as the Senglid bulbs to be able to work all in conjunction through voice controls, routines that you can change from your smartphone app and customize it exactly the way that you like, and also have specific routines. So in my case, here are 2 scenarios. For example, that lamp back there is usually only on while we're in the office during the day. And by being able to set routines or turn it off through voice assistant, it just makes things very convenient. And I also like the fact that there is a physical button as well. Alexa, turn on the light.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off the light.
Okay.
So if you guys want to go ahead and check out any of the Amazon smart home devices for yourself that are priced under $50 and $25, I'm going to leave a link down below, and a huge thanks to Amazon once again for sponsoring this video. So it's no secret on the channel that I'm a huge Logitech fanboy. I love their keyboards, I love their Logitech MX Master line. I've used them all the way throughout my whole YouTube career. But on this recent trip that I went on to Barcelona, I actually forgot to bring a mouse, and so I asked Carl Conrad if he had one with him, and this is the one that he lent me, and I feel like this is a very good option for anyone out there who's looking for a good blend of productivity, but also some light gaming, especially when on the go. I believe this is one of the lightest mouse options on the market, and it is the Razer Orochi V2, and it comes in at under 60 grams. What I also really liked about it is if you take this cover off right here, it gives you the option for both a AAA and also a AA battery. The way the Orochi is designed is to still give you a perfectly balanced feel. And the way they've kind of offset the battery layouts is to balance it out depending on the battery option that you use. It has Razer's hyperspeed wireless technology at an 18K DPI optical sensor, and so it is suitable for some forms of gaming with its high sensitivity, and it's also doing a relatively good job in tracking many surfaces. But if you're looking for like the ultimate mouse that is able to track on like all types of surfaces, including glass and glossy areas, then I think the Logitech definitely still has the edge. But at a price of $50, I think this is definitely an option to consider. And if you are like left-handed, for example, the design is ambidextrous. So on the topic of keyboards and mice, this right here is a desk mat from Logitech that comes in at a price of $20. It has like this spill resistant cloth finish to it that is very soft, and especially if you're using like a gaming mouse, you like to have that surface area and a smooth gliding surface. And on top of that, I also liked how they've tapered off the edges. It has a nice anti-slip finish to the bottom with its rubber, and for 20 bucks, you really can't go wrong. I feel like this is very reasonably priced, and it does come in at a good size and many fun colors. For my own desk setup though, I have a desk mat from IKEA, and that comes in at about $25 to $30, so within the price point of this video. But black leather just shows a ton of dust and scratches and smudges all over the place. So I do feel like this Logitech Desk Mat at $20 is a better overall option. So this next product right here is the Amazon Basic 60-inch tripod. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because on my recent trip, we did bring a tripod just in case, but tripods are not exactly the easiest thing to transport with. So a lot of times having a budget tripod that's able to get the job done for static shots, but that if you wanted to like give it away or if you lost it, it wouldn't really matter. This is definitely the one to look at because it comes in at a price point of under $30. It's able to hold a payload of about 6.6 pounds. So on like smaller cameras like the Sony FX3 that we use, that is totally fine. But in terms of quality, it actually isn't that bad for its price. As you can see here, it has like a built-in spreader. It is made out of metal. The top obviously isn't like a fluid head pan head, but as I mentioned, for like static settings, having a tripod is better than having no tripod, of course. And I also really like the way that the feet work because they self-stabilize in different locations. And by hanging your backpack or just like a sandbag or whatever you can find, it is able to add greater stability for a relatively low price tripod. It is able to extend and compact between a range of 25 to 60 inches. And the tripod itself weighs in at just about 3 pounds and comes with a carrying case. But I've got to say, like with camera equipment, there's a whole range of price points. At $30, this is a no-brainer to have, considering like one replacement screw on our main tripod recently just costed us like $100. So this next accessory right here is the Alnazi tripod MagSafe mount for the iPhone 12 and 13. As someone who started filming a lot of stuff on the iPhone for like the real vlogs on Instagram and this and that, having a tripod is really nice. And I really like not having to use like these like plastic clamps and all that to be able to clip your phone in place. But by having the MagSafe support, you can just go ahead and drop your phone there and are very quickly and easily able to attach and detach your device after you're done using it on the tripod. So in terms of the build quality, they have checked every single box, and most importantly, the MagSafe is very, very strong on this. They have integrated the magnets quite well, which is an issue with a lot of like cheaper accessories. For $40, I obviously had some pretty high expectations, and I would have liked to have seen some cheaper options out there, but this is fully made out of metal. It includes an accessory that is able to allow you to have like a hot shoe. So for example, if you want to have like a light or a microphone attached, but on top of that, they've also cut out the holes pretty nicely to cut some of the weight. And on the bottom, it has the area where it actually goes on your tripod plate. But I will say, if you do need this accessory and you film a lot on your smartphone, then spending that $40, I guess, makes sense because the quality is good. But I am still trying to look for like a cheaper alternative. So this next accessory right here is the TT Star iPhone Lav Mic that comes in at a price point of $23. And as its name mentions, it is for the iPhone and you're able to plug it into the lightning port, and it gives you a bit of a different perspective when it comes to recording audio or doing conference calls into your smartphone. The iPhone mic is honestly quite good already for phone calls, for video recording, anything that you want to do on it. It is not bad at all. But in certain scenarios where you're outside in a very echoey place or it's very windy, having a lav microphone, especially if you like vlog on your smartphone, could be very useful. You just go ahead and plug it in, and because it is MFI certified, it just works right away. You don't need any additional software or features or all that kind of stuff. And just like the microphone that I have on here for the video right now, you just clip it onto your shirt and it just brings the mic right to you. It also has like a little windscreen that is attached, but in scenarios where it isn't as windy, I do tend to opt to take it off just because it's a lot more minimal in its appearance. So if you want to like walk around and do casual interviews and stuff, or just record yourself, then this is an option that is a lot more affordable than some of the alternatives out there. Of the microphone that I picked up. So here's a sound test of the lab microphone that I picked up for the iPhone. As you can see, I just have it plugged in here. Didn't have to install any software. It is good to go. And if you're doing like a public video where you want to like pass the mic on to somebody else and be able to get like a more directional sound, then this is something that gets the job done. It isn't the cheapest option out there. It's like right around the mid price point for something like this, but it is MFI certified. And I would say the sound quality is like more concentrated, nothing crazy, but you really can't expect too much aside from like a good pickup. But otherwise, that wraps it up for this month's Best Tech episode, where we covered the products under $25 and under $50. And as always, go ahead and check out all the other episodes because I have a ton of them that are on the channel in the gift guides, as well as just the month-by-month episodes. And whether your price point is under $10 and $25 or $100 to $200 or even unlimited, such as the Cool Tech series, whatever your price point is, we try to curate the best products for that category. So if you guys want to check out the products from this video, I'm going to leave a link down below to everything, and I'll see you all in the next one.